I'm Catherine Curley, and you're watching Real Cookin' TV.
You're watching Real Cookin' TV. I'm your host, Cat Curley, and you're watching episode number 5. Today, we're going to be making apple muffins. Be sure you visit our website at www.realcookin.tv for a complete list of ingredients and directions to these recipes. As I was growing up, I remember going to my grandmother's at her ranch and being so excited about eating her apple muffins in the morning. And I can remember staying with her and watching her make them on Sunday mornings right before church. And eating these apple muffins was really great because everything was very fresh. She would even get the apples out of her orchard, which was really wonderful. Now, although I don't have an orchard in my backyard, I don't know that many people do in Dallas, but anyway, I think it's going to be great. So let's get started. In order to start on this, you're going to need the main ingredient, which is going to be your apples. So we're going to take 3 baking apples. You can use Fuji apples, which is what I'm using today, Granny Smith, or basically any variety of apple that you want to, but make sure they're pretty large. You don't want to use the small ones. If you do use the small ones, you're going to have to use more than 3. But since these are my Fujis and they're fairly large, you're going to just peel and grate them, and then after that, we're going to sprinkle on some fruit fresh or lemon juice, whatever produce protector that you like to use that will keep things from turning brown. So what we'll do, I like to use a vegetable peeler. It takes off the minimal amount of skin off of your produce, and it just seems to work a little bit better. So we're going to start with that. And actually, I'm going to use this bowl to collect it in. I like to have like a trash bowl or something handy nearby that I can use to collect trash in so that it's not making such a big mess on my counter. And as you can tell, I have very limited counter space as it is to begin with, so this kind of makes it a little bit easier. We're just going to peel these, and then we'll cut them and grate them. So we're going to cut these. And we're going to core them. And I just take it on an angle and I slice right through, and it takes it off and you don't have the seed to deal with. Again, we're going to take it, cut it on an angle, and you got almost all the seed out. Now that one's got a little bit left. We'll just get that out. These are so yummy. I wish you could smell these apples. They're just so good. And Fuji apples are well known and are known to be very, very sweet. Now we're going to grate them, and it doesn't matter if you use the large grate or the small. I'm going to go ahead and use the large just because when you bite into the muffin, it really tastes great to have a piece of apple in your mouth. So I'm going to grate those. Boy, they are so juicy. The juice is just spitting everywhere. And it doesn't matter if you have a little bit of the peel left. That's okay. Go ahead and get out your muffin tin because you're going to need that too. This is going to make about 24 muffins. Now, you see how this is so juicy. If you can see on my mat, it is very juicy, these apples are. And you're going to continue to add oil and other eggs and things like that that are going to add to the moisture. So these are not going to last for a whole long time. You're going to want to use these up pretty quick. You can freeze them. But I would keep them probably in the refrigerator. I love apples in the beginning of summer and in the spring. To me, it just marks that time of year when everything is just fresh and clean, and it just has that really great taste to it. I can remember my grandmother having out all of her ingredients, and I would know the minute I walked through the door what she was about to make. And my brother and sister and I loved the apple muffins. In fact, she always made our favorite dish while we were there. And so she knew that I loved apple muffins so much that she would make sure that she always had apple muffins ready for me when I got there. You know, there's a lot of family recipes that we have on our website, and I'm sure there's a lot of family recipes that you have as well. And we would love for you to share those with us. What's even more important is we would love to hear your story, and we would love to be able to share those recipes and those stories with our other viewers. So be sure that you visit our website and email us and let us know your favorite recipes and your favorite stories along with those recipes. All right, we're done. We're just going to clean out our grater. Don't want to miss out on any of these apples. They're awesome. And we're going to empty this. Look at these apples. They are just awesome. Into our bowl. Okay, here we go. We're just going to toss them around a little bit. There we go. That should be enough. Now that we've got that done, we're going to work on our other ingredients. So we're going to pull over our mixer. Here we go. Pull it up. And in a bowl, we need to add 1 cup of Crisco oil. Not the blocked hard. We need to do the liquid. Now that's quite a bit of oil. So remember, you're adding in. You're going to need to find a way to either eat it all at one time or store it real good, like in an airtight container, so that these don't go bad. 1 cup of sugar. 3 eggs. There we go, 3 eggs, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You're going to want to use a really good vanilla, although any vanilla is good, but I love Mexican vanilla, and so when my family goes to Mexico for a visit, I always make sure I get some, and I actually picked this up in Mexico when I went on my cruise last summer, and it was fun. And when you do the mixing, you're going to want to start off slow and then build up, so we're just going to stir it. We're going to mix it real good so the eggs are really incorporated into the mixture. Okay, that should be good. Okay, now that we've got the liquid mixed, we've got to work on the dry mixture. That way we can start incorporating it into the larger mixture. So first of all, we need 2 1/4 cup of flour. Now we need 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda. I've already got that prepared here. We need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, now I need 3/4 teaspoon of salt. And then we'll need 1/4 teaspoon of each of the following: cinnamon. Doesn't sound like a whole lot, but remember, you don't want to take away the flavor of your apples, so we have to keep the spice limited. So 1/4 teaspoon is plenty for all of them. We need nutmeg and ginger. Believe it or not, the ginger adds a wonderful flavor. It's very good. And we're going to mix this. Incorporate it real good. Okay, now we're going to add the dry ingredients to the wet. So we're going to add just a little bit at a time. We're going to put it in, lock it in place, and start to stir. You don't want to go too fast when you have a flour mixture, otherwise you're going to end up with flour all over the place. Add a little bit more. Just gradually work it. and we're going to pick up the speed. Okay. Okay. So now we've got it all mixed up. We're going to pull it out. They look just wonderful and creamy. Now we're going to add all of this to our apples. And this will be fantastic. And just start adding it. And this is not something you're going to need to gradually add or anything. Just dump it. It'll be great. Now remember, though, it doesn't look too terribly wet right now. But when you add to the apples, it's going to be, all the moisture from the apples is going to incorporate in here, and it's going to make it really, really great. And you're just going to fold it in. You don't have to be real delicate. These are just apples. They're going to be great. And you know what? It doesn't even matter if your apples are a little bit bruised or whatever, because you're just going to grate it and put it in your muffins, so it doesn't change the texture or the taste. Okay, we're going to spray with non-stick spray each of our muffin cups. This is going to make 24 muffins, so I have 12 here. I just take a large spoon and use it to dip. I find that works better than my rubber spatula or anything else. So I remember my grandmother even used an old mug. Whatever works for you. It's so liquidy. And you just put it in. Now we're going to put them in our oven, bake them at 350 degrees for 25 minutes or until they're golden brown. Okay, it's been 25 minutes and it's time to take these out of the oven. Oh my goodness, look at this. These are gorgeous. They are just perfect. So we're going to take these out. Now we're going to taste one to see how good it is. We're going to break into this. Oh my gosh, it's so hot. Look at that. You see how the apples are just beautiful. They just really shine. So let's just taste. I'm going to get, whew, hot. I'm going to skip the butter. You can really taste the apples. They're really, really, really sweet. But the flavors of the cinnamon and even the ginger and the nutmeg are perfect. They don't even overwhelm the muffin at all. So this is really wonderful. This is so easy. You can do it at home. Even if you've never cooked before, you can do this. I have faith in you. Thank you so much for watching us today. Remember to check us online at www.realcookn.tv for the entire recipe for apple muffins, and be sure to make some for your loved ones today. It's so good. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Oh my gosh, everybody! Hi, you're watching Real Cookin' TV. I'm your host, Catherine Curley, and today we're gonna start over.
Hi, you're watching Real Cookin' TV.